What's up, guys? So before we get the video going, just going to give you guys a quick little sneak peek of the next card coming out, which is going to be this Jeff Janis Team of the Week. When I saw a 6'3" receiver with 96 speed, I could not turn that down. I had to at least see what that was about. So his review might not be out till tomorrow, but I played like 1 or 2 games with him so far and very impressed with what he could do. But stay tuned for that tomorrow. But for now, man, just check out this Latavius Murray card. Football Outsiders, 88 overall speed run style. 6'3", 94 speed, 90 agility, 85 ball carry, 88 juke, 90 truck, 95 carry, 95 excel, and 81 elusiveness. Now he does also have a 94 stiff arm, which is good, but I feel his spin move was just out of control, man. Even though it's only an 89, the way he would spin, you would think he had like a 97 spin, but you'll see that later on in the video. Also, being 6'3", I feel that tall running backs just play better. I'm pretty sure I've said that before. I feel that if a running back is 6'1" or taller, they just break tackles more easily, because I feel that height has a huge advantage in this game, especially at the running back position. But enough talking, man. Let me show you what I saw. When I ran with Murray, I knew that he was gonna be just fun to play with, because I've said before in the past, my theory that 6'1" running backs or taller just seem to play better because of the advantage that they have, and being 6'3" is no different. In fact, it's even better. So right here, his stiff arm was definitely solid. Not the best, but he definitely had a nice little stiff arm. But I feel his best trait was spinning, because, well, like I said, on paper it's not there, but on the field, like this right here, like just spin and go. On the field, it definitely showed up. But without a doubt, his number one thing is breaking tackles. But we'll get to that part later. But in terms of things that you can't control, I would say it would be spinning and then stiff arming. I tried to truck with him, and honestly, every time I did that, he would just go down and fall forward, which is not a bad thing, of course. But if you want to truck someone, obviously you're not expecting to just fall forward and get like 2 yards. So I definitely do not recommend trucking with him too often, unless you just feel for whatever reason that you can get it done. Then of course go for it. But for the most part, just stick to spinning and stiff arming. And right here, if you want to run up the middle with him, you can. Like I said, he's tall, so he will fall forward and get you 2 or 3 extra yards. But I definitely feel Murray is definitely more of an outside running back, and this right here is fun to do. Jumping over the pile with a 6'3" running back just makes it that much easier. And Murray, he absolutely is not the best juker in the world. If you're good at juking, then of course you could make it work, but I feel just stay away from that area. He's not made for juking, unless like you're like the best juker in the game. Then of course I guess you could make it work, but it's not something that you should lean on. And this right here, he took a lot of big hits and did not fumble a single time. I think he took like a total of 10 hit sticks, 0 fumbles. That was very impressive and nice to know. So not to say that he won't fumble for you, but it's definitely not something that you should worry about. And on a side note, like I said, what he did best was breaking tackles on his own. And I did see that from a lot of other running backs, and it's not something that I'm a big fan of. Not the breaking tackle part, but the fact that you can't control it when you want to. This right here are his bad plays. This is why I feel that he's not a top 10 running back, because he definitely did go down on the first hit more often than not. But like I was saying, I've played with running backs in the past who do that exact same thing. They'll break tackles when they want to, and you have no control over it. It's definitely frustrating, but when you see it happen, of course you're grateful for it. You're thankful, like, oh good, he broke this tackle or so, and now I got 10 or 20 extra yards. That's the good part about it. The bad part is that you can never control it, and which is just unfortunate. And this right here, of course, his hands are just nice, so don't worry about him dropping open passes. And I know that some guys would assume that because he's 6'3", you could just put him out wide and send him on deep patterns. He's not good at catching in traffic. I did try that a few times. Believe me, I was definitely curious to see what he would do, but only do that if you see that your opponent is like in 3-4 or 4-3, and you see that he's got a man-to-man, which means a linebacker is most likely on him. Then put him out wide or something and watch him do damage. But this video is what I'm talking about: breaking tackles. Of course, it's good to see, but I wish I could have more control over it. You see right here, he's obviously down right there, but he will fight for those extra yards. And I feel that has to do with the fact that he is 6'3". I know I keep beating that dead horse. I'm not trying to keep bringing that up, but I do feel that that's why he was breaking these tackles. I'm pretty sure that it was DeMarco Murray. I think it was. I did a review for that was like this. Just breaking tackles on his own, and and not really having any control over it. So if that's the case, I definitely say, don't put him as your number one back if you're going up against top tier opponents. If I have a running back, I always want to be able to control if whether or not I'm going to break these tackles. Of course, not complaining. I cannot stress that enough. I'm not complaining about him breaking tackles. It was always good to see, him breaking tackles, but I just wish I had more control of it. But you know what, guys, if you're going up against like the lower tier teams, I definitely say, he's worth trying out. In this phase, what I'm talking about, look, that play was clearly dead behind the line. It was going to be a turnover, but he fought for those extra yards and got me that first down. So like I said, if you're going up against top tier teams, he's a number two back for sure. But if you're going up against the lower tier teams, I don't see why he couldn't be your number one. So definitely try him out and see what he can do for you. Anyways, guys, that's going to be the end of this review. My final thoughts: do I think he's worth 75,000? That sounds about right to me. That's a good price for him. Is he a top five back? No, no, no. But is he a top five power back? I would definitely think that that you could make the case, even though you can rarely trigger those stiff arms whenever you wanted. Trucking wasn't really as effective, but the fact that he could break all those tackles on his own like that definitely would, I guess, push him up into the trucking category. So the fact that he was able to break so many tackles like that, that was definitely worth putting him in the top five in terms of power backs. Also, I don't think he's your best option as your number one back if you're going up against top tier teams. He's definitely a solid second back if you're going up against those top tier teams like I am, which is why when I'm running with Walter Payton, when Payton gets tired, then I bring in Murray and he just does work. So, but of course, if you're going up against the lower tier teams, then of course he could definitely be your number one then. But anyways, guys, that's my review on the guy, man. So if you want to check him out, I definitely recommend checking him out, see what he can do for you. Like I said, my next review might not be out till tomorrow. I do have that signature Ed Reed video coming soon. Could also be tomorrow. Could be tonight if I'm lucky enough, but don't hold me to that. But anyways, guys, I will see y'all boys for the next review. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe so you can be up to date. And I'll see y'all boys later. Peace.